You know, recently I heard the woman that I based the character Arnie Shelley off, when she watches A Current Affair, which is every night, picture this, she's in one of those lazy boy armchairs, fag in one hand, VB in the other. She's wearing this beanie, yelling at the television. Yeah, fucking love you, Trace. Fucking get him. Yelling at the TV like she's watching a Hawthorns match. So obviously, we're going to watch A Current Affair together, and you are going to think about her yelling, yeah, look at this fucking dodgy and his back's fucking fine. Back to work, mate.
Imagine renting out your home and it's used as a tip.
That'd be horrible.
That's what happened to Darren and Gillian. They're now left to clean up piles of timber fencing.
Oh, come on, timber's not the worst garbage. You know what's worse garbage? Garbage. You can resell that. What are they complaining about? Let's find out.
He's vandalised. He's vandalised our property.
Yeah,
he's lied.
exactly.
He's cheated. He's deceived people.
And he's made money from it.
Yeah, that's all terrible. But the bigger question here is, were you a guest judge on My Kitchen Rules? Holy hell, look at that photo. Australia's most wanted. Right up there with the guy that committed the Snowtown murders. A man that has left around building material with economic utility.
About fixing up the
Okay, well,
mess.
for one, so basically this is what I tried to speak to the owner about. I only just found out about this, just the other day.
Where's Jai though? Because he's orchestrating
He was doing something for business.
Fences come in all shapes and sizes, but they usually serve a single purpose, and that is to protect what they surround.
How funny is comparing our water corruption doco with,
Fences come in all shapes and sizes.
but,
Fences are everywhere, and the only thing they're doing
What?
is wreaking havoc for the homeowners.
honey, you've got to work on your intros. That was not a pun. Here's what you should have said. Fences are normally up. In this instance, they're down.
When we came up and saw it, we were just
Horrified. Yeah,
devastated.
it's just, yeah,
It just
unbelievable.
to see something that we've worked 20 years for our future, and then to see it like this, yeah, it was really overwhelming.
The Woodleys claim for 9 months Jai's been dumping old fences.
Surely for this crime, he deserves a more flattering photo than that. This is my most flattering photo. This is me at my high school graduation. I looked 38 when I was 18. Give us a kiss, Sam.
You know, we've been in Tasmania watching from a distance, not able to do anything.
We tried to find Jai, but instead got his 2IC, Candace.
Just in regards,
So where is he in the world?
to be honest
Wow, someone doesn't do crack.
with you, at this stage I'm not too sure. Like what he does is he's the boss. Do you know what I mean? Literally.
But don't you
I don't like reducing to this level of internet celebrity, but that's a double speed, am I right?
On one of his fencing websites, the motto is, helping people is what we do.
The irony. But he is helping people. He's helping people dump their fences. That's not false advertising. I'll tell you what's false advertising. The size of that hammer.
I'm all for the business, okay, and I'm all for doing things correct. Now, again,
But do you think that's correct,
No,
dumping
that-
all these fences at this property? Because why aren't you taking it
for
to
one.
the tip?
Okay, so are you cold over night time, and do you have a fireplace at all? Okay, can you afford to pay for firewood?
You can't get any more current affair than that shot, can you? Some chick who's definitely the daughter of some guy that's high up on New South Wales Rugby's board, talking to some chick whose name is either Crystal or Kayla. When Woollahra meets Woy Woy. This is the subtext of this interaction. Why do you get your groceries from Deepwater Plaza instead of Thomas Ducks? There's a Coles there. I thought there was just a tobacconist and a reject shop.
While we were there, 2 people rocked up.
Or why have you been told to come here?
Just to come up and
Free
pick up
wood.
To pick up wood, to pick up free wood.
Oh my god. He's fostered a community environment!
And so who told you? Was it a guy by the name of Jai?
Just in case you forgot, this guy, what's his name again? Nah, who cares?
And what did they say? Hi, Michael. Yes, we have plenty. Welcome any time. Yeah, so he actually doesn't live here. This is their property.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Right. Rightio. We come from Lithgow.
I should have guessed. My old stomping ground. The Go. That high-vis jumper, otherwise known as the Lithgow Tux, was the dead giveaway. Just while we're on the subject, I've got to say, Lithgow is Lithgow. Where else are you going to find an old man sitting on a park bench in -2-degree temperature looking at new cars that are going through the main street of town? That is the closest we have to the Night's Watch.
Along with timber fencing, there's also concrete, metal and other materials littering the backyard. What have you been quoted to have this cleaned up?
It's going to be $40,000 plus.
Steep. Or I have a solution. Keep the Gumtree ad going for like $6 a month and get a bunch of cunts from Lithgow to get some free wood. They need it. It's -2 degrees.
I don't know anybody that has a lazy $40,000 sitting in their bank account. Not in this day and age.
You know, it's
Too right, everything is more expensive these days, isn't it? I remember when milk cost $1.50. Now it's $1.60.
it's not fair. You can't
Exactly,
do this to
yeah.
people and walk away. And at this point, the person responsible for this is Jai Fulton.
Yeah.
And he needs to come here and say what he's going to do to fix this.
To fix it.
I feel like I'm Bart in the Bigger Brother episode. You're Tom, you even look like Tom, and the guy from Lithgow is Peppy. What's the problem? Anyway, let's move on to another.
They're the serial rent dodgers who are taking multiple landlords for a ride.
They tricked us to feeling sorry for them and taking their family in, and now they're living there rent-free, and it's costing us a fortune.
Well, don't tell your sob story or current affair about that, mate. I know somebody that was in the same predicament as you. And then one day I said, what are you going to do about it? To which his response was, quote, I'm going to wait until she leaves the house and then I'm going to burn her car. I said, don't think you should do that. Maybe you should just go to like the Tenants Association or something first. To which his response was, yeah, all right, I'll try that first. Just Lithgow things.
When Mia and Ryan moved into their first house together, they decided to rent out Ryan's other property. Mia is a property manager, so they listed it themselves.
Ah, I feel so sorry for you. Property manager. You deserve the scourge of the earth upon you. Might be a bit too presumptuous to say that a minute into a current affairs story. I'm sure it gets more soppy from here. But I'm sticking with it for now. Geordie, telling it like it is.
When did things start to go wrong?
About 2 months into the tenancy, and it was just, Ryan's like, oh, look, they've actually forgotten to pay the rent. I'm like, all right, I'll just send them a quick email, just letting you know we haven't received any rent.
But that started weeks of delayed and irregular rent payments before they claim the money stopped coming in altogether.
I don't know how someone can actually live with themselves, like the guilt of doing something like that and putting so much financial strain and stress on someone else would do my head in.
I love how both of these videos are pretty much, tonight on A Current Affair, mild inconveniences to landlords reframed as the plight of the Aussie battler. I was using that rent to pay off the mortgage of more land that I've purchased. What happened to the Australian dream?
Now they have to wait until June for a court hearing to get them evicted.
So it is a long wait, unfortunately. The last time they paid any rent was on the 4th of April.
They say you haven't paid in over a month.
But we're in court. We're going to court to get this
to evict
done.
you. They want you out of the property.
Really?
Yeah, you and me both, brother. Wouldn't it be amazing if we just walk out of court and I'm just like, hey, you going? Tommy's just like, yeah, Geordie's here, hey, Matt.
This is what I've done. This is ridiculous.
Did they say you haven't paid the rent in over a month?
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Frustrated, Mia and Ryan.
Damn, look at that Facebook profile. Someone has thought long and hard about having a rap career and then didn't do anything about it. No, that's not true. I tatted an 11 on my hand by myself. Look, I'll save all these landlords out there the same heartache. If someone has that on their hand, don't rent your house out to them.
They realised the previous address Peter and Sherry put on their application wasn't the whole story. They then realised through Facebook it was in fact Sherry's uncle's house, and Sherry's uncle who gave a reference for the couple. When we put that to Peter Murphy, he couldn't give us an answer.
What was the name of your last landlord?
This is ridiculous, really.
Because was it Sherry's uncle?
What are you on about?
You said you'd lived at an address in Walloon for 3 years.
I don't know what you're on about.
But you've lived in 3 different other addresses.
I don't know what you're on about. They made that up. They've lied about that.
Do you have anything you want to say?
They've lied about it.
The current affair makes me so paranoid about going to a petrol station. They always sprung there. Mate, can I have a chat with you for a second? Fuck. Come on, come on.
The Murphys actually lived in this street west of Brisbane in the 10 months prior to moving into their current rental.
Jesus, Current Affair is the television version of when a cop walks past you and you have that moment of, oh my God, I drank underage at a high school party 6 years ago. Do they know? That is this show. You were late on your rent payment by 2 weeks. What have you got to say for yourself? Why do 1 million people need to know that?
They left here owing nearly $3,000 in rent, and neighbours also complained about smells and noise coming from the property.
What is this show? Coming up on the remake of Desperate Housewives.
Before that, the Murphys lived here in this street for 9 months. The owner claims they up and left with 3 months left on their lease, costing her around $6,000 in unpaid rent.
You don't need this supernatural music playing in the background. It's just an indictment on you with your scraggly hair and your black gown. You're the one that looks evil in this scenario. You look like a sorceress.
She also had to repaint and recarpet the house due to damage, which cost her another $6,000.
Oh my God! They didn't water the plants! And there's some hail damage! That's their fault!
I entered the property to find it left unlocked, laundry door and ensuite window wide open, the house keys in open view on the kitchen bench. On closer inspection, the rear bedroom's carpet was soaked with urine.
Did this woman direct the lighthouse? This is really creepy and weird. I can't tell the difference between this and playing the game Silent Hill. I'll say this, she is a marked improvement from the woman who's obviously a daughter from New South Wales border, whatever that gag was before. You can rewind it in your own time.
Because the Murphys mainly rented privately, it's only now their history is catching up with them.
This woman is a professional. She should take over Tracy's job if she ever retires. She might just be dead and they might be moving her mouth with little puppet strings. But if that's not the case, when she does, you're taking over. Listen to that voice. So much air in it. Putting Sandra Sully to shame.
Everything they're saying, they're lying about it.
Do you think you're paid up to date?
Yeah.
You've never run out on a lease, you've always paid your rent?
Yep.
But Mia and Ryan say they're now facing a $10,000 bill to be able to relet the house once they get the Murphys out.
All the rent arrears, we've got to repaint all the house inside because they've painted these god-awful gothic colours.
Yeah, that is f***ed. Remember at the beginning of this when I said that they'd make you feel sorry for her at the end? My mood is as blue as that wall.
You're playing a game, but you've picked the wrong people to play the game with, sorry.
Well, you are a property manager. I guess that you would understand the game of property. Good observation. Thank you for that, and thank you for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe if you want to see us make fun of more Current Affair videos, because we will be doing that in the future, and by future I mean next week. See you then.
Please share and comment below. Comment.